everyone, and welcome to the Weekly Stitch. I'm Amy Nicole, and I'm here in my studio in rainy and gray South Texas. I'm not wearing anything fun and handmade today because it's been a crazy week and I've had to go into work every day so far because all of our employees are sick and just trying not to get sick myself. It's very frustrating, but I am chugging along. I'm still getting a decent amount of stuff done. So I just wanted to pop in. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos and share with you guys what's been going on in the studio. I wanted to take pictures of my final sample for my new pattern today, but the weather is not cooperating. I get a decent amount of light in this room and I take pictures in this room, but when it's gray and cloudy, the pictures just don't turn out as good. So I am going to have to put that off until the weather is being nicer to me. I'm actually also debating going and taking pictures in our new house, which is totally vacant right now. So a lot of blank space and walls and stuff like that. I can't do that today either, so I will have to hold off on that. I do plan on working on some of the final edits for the new pattern, which will hopefully be launching in March sometime. How early or late in March really depends on a few final sort of things that need to fall into place. My testing wraps up at the end of this week. Some of my testers have started to put some sneak peeks online, which is really exciting. So you can check those out at the hashtag Nita Trousers. If you want to check out some sneak peeks. I'm very excited about this pattern. It's been on my mind for a long time. And I think it will be a good one. Yeah. So moving along, I have a mini haul to share with you guys. Well, maybe not so mini. So I had this cool fabric in my stash. It is leather and it is laser cut leather, and it's obviously not very much. I got it from a pattern maker that I used to work for. I think was like cleaning out their stash of fabric samples and stuff, and I thought I would use it for something fun like a yoke, like a contrast yoke or something, since I don't have a ton of it. And then this has been in my stash, so this is not a haul. And then Untitled Thoughts on Instagram, who is a pattern designer behind a bunch of really great patterns that I love, just started a D-Stash account, and she listed these remnants of this laser cut leather, which at first glance I thought was the same as this. And I just snatched it up because I was like, oh, well, if I have more of that, it's just a couple pieces. I was like, oh, if I have more of that, I can do more with it. But looking at it now, they're actually different. So this leather, the grid runs crisscross. It's like diagonal on the bias, I guess, and it's a little bit bigger squares. And this leather, the grid is just normal up and down on a straight grain, and the squares are smaller. I do think, the colors are the same. They're both black. The textures look the same. So they could be combined in some kind of cool way. Obviously, they're not enough for one garment, but it could be some kind of fun combo thing. I don't really know. So I have no plans, no ideas. So if you have any plans or ideas, for what I could do with this, let me know. I feel like this is going to be one of those things that where like some kind of pattern or something gets released and it just is a light bulb moment and I'm like, yes, I have the perfect thing for that in my stash. That'll be so cool. So I think that's what's going to happen with this. But I just wanted to show y'all because I thought it was really cool. Next, I got this Simplicity S9012. This is from their newest fall collection, so I guess fall of 2019. As soon as I saw this, I was like, yes, I have to make that. And you, if you watched my Make 9 video, you already heard me talking about this. I already had the fabric picked out, but I didn't have the pattern yet. So my friend Jackie at jack.stitch on Instagram messaged me and was like, hey, there's a Simplicity sale. Do you want me to snag that pattern for you? And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, because I don't have any Joann's near me at all. And she went and snatched it up for me and mailed it to me, and that was just the sweetest thing. And I am so excited to make this year. I have some really fun fabric planned for it. If you missed that, check out my Make 9 video. I will link it around here somewhere. So I got this in the mail. Cynthia Rowley, Simplicity 9012. Definitely not lastly. I got a quilt block sample from @QuiltBlockArt on Instagram. She does these hand illustrations and has them printed on quilt blocks. Now, you can check out her website, which I'll link below. They're really fun, floral themed, some Western themed stuff. They are available at certain fabric stores across the US. And I think she sent this to me just as a gift to share with you guys and to experiment with. This is printed on petal cotton from Spoonflower, and this cotton is so great, guys. It is it's sturdy. I think it's lightweight enough for like a button-down shirt or something, but it's also great for like other crafty projects, which is obviously what this is going to be. So the quilt block she sent me has a little horse rider guy, some cowboy boots. I love the little horny toad. I think that's so cute. A blue bonnet and some bumblebees and these flowers here. So what I think I'm going to use this for is I've been wanting to make a roll up pouch to carry in my purse for my reusable straws and forks and stuff that I carry with me because I'm a dork. So I think I'm going to use this square as the outside, this flower square as the outside of that, which I will still have this cute blue bonnet square left, which I think is the perfect size to be a pocket. So I don't know what I have coming up that would make sense to have a blue bonnet pocket, but I think I'm going to save that for that. I also have all these cute little bumblebees, which I thought could be fun appliques, but I'm not sure what I would use those on yet. The horny toad could be a really cute pocket too. So that is another little haul that I have, a little quilt block. Super cute illustrations. I love her florals, so check those out if you're interested in quilting and some fun sort of artsy style prints. And I also have some fabric from Mood. This is for, you may have seen on my Instagram, I had a gentleman client in town who has commissioned me to update his button-down shirt wardrobe, and I've been using the Fairfield pattern from thread theory. I posted about this actually yesterday on my Instagram. And so I made a sort of wearable muslin for him so we could test out the fit and work out any kinks in the fit. And now I just ordered a bunch of different swatches for him to look at, and he was like, okay, I want that one, that one, that one, that one, and we're just working through all of these swatches, and he wants to totally revamp his button-down shirt wardrobe because he says he has a hard time finding them that have pockets on both sides with flaps. Yeah, so so that's one of my projects right now. I don't usually take on custom work like this, mostly because people are not prepared to pay for, they don't realize how much it's going to be to get something custom made like that. So I try to kind of discourage people. Also, it's not my favorite kind of work to do. But this gentleman, I knew he was like ready to pay whatever it costs. I trust him. He's like a well-known man about town. He's a friend of ours. So I was like, sure, I will do that for you. And something that I've actually really loved about this project is that I am making this same pattern over and over again. So I'm really getting familiar with the construction process of a button-down shirt, which I feel like is just such a, I don't necessarily wear a ton of button-down shirts, but I think it's such a staple thing. I really enjoyed like developing a muscle memory of making that a button-down shirt, like such a classic thing. I feel like I'm building some good skills with this project. So the next two shirts I'm making for him, I got this fabric from Mood. This is a rag and bone yarn dyed cotton, and it has some very subtle sort of pinstripes in there. This is, I'm obviously making a button-down shirt out of it, but this would be great. It has a really lightweight, crisp, but drapey at the same time texture. It would be a great shirt dress or something of that nature. The only thing I will note is that the stripes run cross grain, which is a little odd, and I think I actually might cut the shirt if I have room on the cross grain so that his stripes run up and down, because that doesn't really make sense to me for a button-down shirt for a guy for some reason. So anyways, great fabric. I really like this. I kind of wish I had some for myself. Maybe I'll have some left over. And then this one is just a plaid cotton. I don't remember the manufacturer of this one. It has some white and red stripes in it. A great traditional men's shirting fabric. So he's going to look great in these. That is most all of my haul stuff. I'm going to save one for later because it is also my weekly crush. So in other news in the studio, I am getting ready for my first craft show for Honey Darlin', my Etsy shop, where I make my handmade fabric earrings, which I'm not wearing right now, zipper pouches, and also some clothes from dead stock materials, most of which are I either do refashion clothes or I make my patterns out of dead stock fabrics. So I've been stocking up on some stuff, both to relist in the shop and to take to the craft shows. I really need to start getting like stockpile of earrings for the craft show. That's going to be my goal in March because the craft show is in April. So I made a lot of Roxy trios out of some fabric that I have in my stash. It's all dead stock fabrics from designers or pattern makers that I used to work for that I've just had on hand forever. So I have this really cute space print double tiered Roxy tank. This is a crinkle chiffon with an outer space print, super cute. I have this reversible crop Roxy, which is out of some vintage floral poly, and it has sort of bluish fabric flowers on one side and purplish flowers on the other. Super cute. And lastly, this silk charmeuse, this blush silk charmeuse Roxy, again double tiered because this one is kind of see-through. This feels glorious on. It's just so soft and slinky and flirty, and I just love the way it looks on the body. So 3 new Roxys that will be going in the shop. Check out my Etsy shop. Follow that account on Instagram if you're interested in that sort of thing. I would love to have you over there. Lastly, something else that I've been up to in my weekly Tuesday night sewing club with my friend Melissa, I started on my first fun make for 2020. At the beginning of 2020, I was finishing up something that I had already started in 2019. So this is my first new make for 2020. I'm so excited with the way it's coming out. It's not totally done yet, but this is it's a little wrinkly because it was in my bag. But this is the Magdala top from I Am Patterns, and it is just this cute button up. It will get a button front closure and a collar. It will be sleeveless, and it is just so ruffly and so cute and so fun. And if you remember, or if you follow, if you're a subscriber, you will have seen my recent post, which is my Chi-Town chinos out of a tablecloth. This is that same fabric, and I'm gonna wear them together. It's gonna be so great. Dress like a crayon. Awesome. So I'm really excited to get this done. All I have left to do is the button plackets, the collar, and finishing the armholes, which I tried it on. I can already tell I'm going to need to cut into the armholes because they're too high, too tight. You know, I don't like that nonsense. So something fun that I did is I used the tablecloth detail on the bottom hem instead of a regular hem. So I get that really cute chunky tablecloth hem. Super cute. And on to my next haul slash weekly crush. I got my buttons in from Tabitha Sewer. So freaking pumped about this. Tabitha has launched a button line for all of us sewists who are tired of dealing with mediocre button options. Her first launch is all these really bright, wonderful colors. She has these smaller, more button-down shirt size buttons, which she was kind to send me 2 colors of, and she also has larger buttons for coats, pants, that kind of thing. So the yellow I have a plan for. I'm not going to talk about that right now. The pink I wanted to put with this fabric, but I already tore one off so that I could see. I think they're both too saturated. I might actually go back and order the lighter pastel pink. I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. I'm gonna bring this closer so you guys can A, see the buttons better, and B, see the contrast on the fabric better. I will know that she does have another, if you're not all into the confetti glitter crazy colors, she has another collection launching in a couple of weeks called the Boho collection, which is more neutrals, wood buttons, which I'm definitely going to be ordering from because I have a linen shirt dress planned this year that is going to need a lot of buttons, and I think the wood will be perfect for that. So let me zoom in and show you these buttons. Okay, these are the buttons. They come on these cute little placards. They are plastic, but what I love about them is how thick they are. They're very sturdy. Really great quality buttons. I love the bright saturated colors, And just, of course, this, I mean, look at that, you guys. That is just so, that is so good. I'm so pumped about this new resource. I also love the flatness of them. It gives them a much more modern look than, you know, your typical shirt buttons that have the rim around the side. I mean, I feel like I'm just going to be ordering buttons from Tabitha for the rest of my life. So let me show you guys how this pink looks on this yellow. This is a little bit brighter. Let me see if I can adjust. This is a little brighter than it is, a little bit more saturated than it is in person. But I feel like this on this is a little, I don't know, a little too, you know? So I might, I think whenever I'm waiting for the boho collection comes out so I can order those wood buttons. And when I do, I think I'm going to go for the lighter pink. And then there's like a more corally kind of pink, which I think I'm going to order for this. And then I'm also going to order some of the pastel pink for a different project that was in my Make 9, which you can check out in the link below. So that is it for me this week. Tabitha's buttons are my weekly crush. I am just dying over that whole collection. I'm so excited for her. I'm so happy for her. I cannot even imagine what it took to get a freaking button collection off the ground. Like, who does that? Who thinks, man, I wish there were better buttons, and then just actually makes better buttons? Like, how do you even begin to do that, Tabitha? You're crazy. So I go check out Tabitha Sower's buttons. If you don't follow her already, what are you doing with your life? She's like the funnest person on Instagram. Anyways, that is it for me this week in the studio. Be sure to check the comments below. I will be linking everything that I talked about today in the comments, or not in the comments, in the show notes below. That is it for me in the studio today. Be sure to let me know in the comments how you feel about my button combination. If you aren't already, please subscribe so you don't miss any videos. I've got some fun tutorials planned for y'all this year. One of them is in relation to the make that I'm going to post about next week, which I am so pumped about. And I'm just so happy to have you guys here. I hope you have a great week and happy sewing. Bye! I don't know. Don't say oh no!